We really should fix this one day.
Why would I want to do that? That's kind of stupid. People require our suckiness. It'd be great if I didn't break that banana thing or whatever. That would solve all our problems. That thing
What
that
banana?
Your husband sent. That voicing meter. I voicing meter banana would handle all this stuff, but unfortunately, it didn't seem to help.
How'd you break it?
I don't know. I tried to install the new updated... Now I'm too loud. I tried to install the new updated version of it, and it said there was another version installed even after I uninstalled it, so now I can't install the old version or the new version, because I could take all of our sounds and pump them into one thing, and I could adjust the levels that way. But alas, it was not meant to be. Was that melodramatic enough?
It was a little melodramatic.
Alright. Let me try. I can hear you good, but let me see if I just restart this.
Let's talk about how bad the show is going to be tonight.
We always say that, and we usually pull it out. I always feel less and less prepared. I don't know how that happens. But who knows? Alright, our crazy fans are patiently waiting for us to start the show.
Two hosts that are different from those that aren't so different. It's Angie. It's Paul. It's real, serious nonsense!
Hello, it's Monday night at 9 p.m. and you're listening to Real Serious Nonsense with Angie and Clay. We're really glad that you're here tonight, and we're going to be very serious this evening. That is the reason that the show is titled, what is it titled? Addicted to Meth? Or something? Addictive as Meth? I don't know.
As addictive as meth, which I think's a lie. I would say as bad for your teeth as meth. Is that?
Yeah, okay, I like that. It's as bad for your teeth as meth. I like that.
Because the show's so bad you grind your teeth. So that's what happens when you start grinding your teeth.
We can live up to that. I agree with that. We could totally live up to that one. We're good with that.
Yeah, that seems more realistic. I seen that show title. I was like, that's very ambitious of you. I mean, I like including meth in the show title, but speaking as bad as for your teeth as meth, I'm eating Skittles. I'm sharing with everybody.
I need some Skittles. I'm still getting over a bronchitis type of thing, so some Skittles will be good right now. My throat hurts, so I wouldn't mind some Skittles right now.
Would Skittles help with that?
I don't know. I would think that it would be a little bit helpful.
This bag was made for me. The first 3 that came out were purple. No lie.
Tell everybody what happened. We were getting ready to start the show, and there were actually people crying at your house because they heard that the show was starting.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate being an embarrassment to the family. So.
Everybody says that you're 5 times older than me. We have
because I have 5 times more talent.
Shut up. Sit down. That is so not true. Well, actually, it might be true. You are funnier than me most of the time. But I don't know about the talent part. Yeah. But let's explain to them that you used to have a tool that my husband actually sent you that made everything okay, but you broke it and you don't know how to fix it. Is that correct?
You word things terribly sometimes.
So it makes you look really bad. That's my talent.
If you're making me look bad, it's got to be a talent.
That's a really, really good talent that I have. A great talent of mine. I'm impressed with it. I like how I can word everything to make you look awful. It's kind of fun.
I don't care. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Do you want to talk about Do you want to talk about serious stuff first, or you want to talk about fun stuff first? It's up to
I
you.
kind of like the sandwich. I like doing fun stuff and then putting in those boring stories and then ending with something really off the wall.
Okay, well, let's talk about this first, since this is what kind of inspired the show title. Um, Daniel Stafford, who is on after us, is wonderful. Love him. He sent us this story, and I found it hilarious because the headline alone, it says experts warn gluten is found in meth, could be hazardous to your health. And he knows that I can't eat gluten unless I like drug myself out. So he sent that to me. But Portland, Oregon, health experts have warned that meth found on the streets of Portland has tested positive for gluten. Okay. Like, okay, I just want to know why this is such an issue. I mean, meth has hidden gluten in it. I really don't think that the hidden gluten is going to be be the problem there. I think that taking the meth is going to be the problem. I mean, is that just me, or does
I don't.
everybody think that?
I think that the meth people care about what they're putting in their body. Look, they're inhaling Drano. They're inhaling Sudafed into their lungs. Brake fluid, I think. Whatever they make meth with. Uh, they should know if there's gluten. We need some fairness in advertising. How about like the Drug Labeling Act of 2015?
I just I just want to know, like, okay, there's a group apparently. It's called Action on Gluten. It's set up to help meth users avoid hidden gluten and get drug dealers to offer safer gluten-free meth. Is this real? Like, it can't. I mean, I don't know how it could even be real.
It can't be real.
It's just
What's this?
I'm looking all over it, and I cannot find anything that says that it is like that it's not real. But they do have a humor section, but it's not in the humor section.
What's the
So
site?
it is the OregonLife.com. That
Huh?
OregonLife.com.
That
And it's
Oregon
from
Life,
Portland,
like the
Oregon.
state. Oh, okay.
Yes. The story is from Portland, Oregon. And I see nothing that says like parody, whatever. I've looked at it. I've looked at it like a bazillion times in the past day since he sent it to us. Like this whole day, I've been looking at it. And I find nothing. Nothing other than hilariousness. Okay, so if they can't offer like the gluten free meth, is that really going to help said meth user? Is that really going to help them?
I think sales will go through the roof. I mean, think about all the businesses that are getting into gluten free things now. Um, the goal is meth should have availability like birth control.
I just, I don't,
They got
I just
food
think it's
deserts. There's meth deserts, which I think a lot of people make meth in the desert. If you've seen Breaking Bad, so
well, I think that's the only place you can make it, right?
no, people make them in hotel rooms and stuff all the time.
Okay, just so that you know, when we go on break or whatever, we need to try to do something because I have like 80 people messaging me and telling me that like they can barely hear me, but when they turn sound up, they can hear you like really loud, and it's not good. Apparently,
Well, I was trying
that's
to
what they're
turn
telling me.
myself down. I could whisper again. I
That's
am
like the
working
fourth
behind.
person that messaged me.
I am working behind the scenes to fix it.
Oh, I don't believe you. I think that you're trying to be louder because you're sexist and stuff. I didn't even put this on the the show notes kind of thing because it just recently happened. But Hillary Clinton is over here whining. She tweeted about the U.S. women's soccer team facing unequal treatment in playing surfaces and how they get paid. She's like whining about the U.S. women's soccer team. I didn't even put this on stuff, so I wanted to talk about this real quick. That is the dumbest thing that I have ever noticed in my life from her because if you think like they're getting paid less, yes, they are, but they bring in less. Like that's how it's the same thing as like UFC, which you guys know the only sport that I even pay attention to is UFC. But like Ronda Rousey makes a lot of money because she brings in a lot of sponsors. If U.S. women's soccer team brought in a lot of sponsors, they would have a bigger like prize thing at the end, and however far you get more of that prize money. That's up to them. That's not up to us or anybody else. That's just like it's free market junk kind of stuff. What's wrong with her? Does she just want everybody to get paid the same even if they don't perform the same? Yes, she does. I answered my own question. She does, yes.
Why
Yes,
ask a question if you're going to answer it? Would you even give me a chance to answer the question?
You should just answer the question. Just answer the question as soon as I ask it, because otherwise I might have to answer it myself. Let's talk about this guy. This was amusing. Apparently, let's see, where did this happen at? I don't know where it happened yet but there's a guy, Bud Weiser, and he was arrested for trespassing at a Budweiser brewery. That really happened. Let's see. St. Louis, that's where it was. He was entered a secured area at the brewery after 6 p.m., and he's 19. He crashed his car, hopped the fence, and then he refused. Let's see, security guards tussled. They said he refused to leave. They called to the brewery, arrested him for trespassing, and that is apparently his actual name is Bud Weiser, Weisser. I think he did it on purpose.
It sounds like another fake story. I think you're just like falling for all like sorts of crazy stories.
No, this is on the Huffington Post. This actually happened. It's on the Huffington Post, but it did actually happen. But it sounds like I think that he did it on purpose. Like if you were named that, wouldn't you purposely try to get like around like a brewery and get known about it? I would.
Eh. Oh.
What?
I said I don't know.
What are you doing? Are you even like paying attention to the show?
I'm trying to fix the sound. You guys asked me to do something. That's what I'm doing. You do your thing.
So you just want me to talk about through the whole show, just talking the entire show while you try to fix sound?
Well, God forbid I yell in somebody's ear.
So you're admitting to me that I just did that entire story and you didn't listen to a single bit of it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I was cutting you on and off, trying to get you louder. So they heard you just fine. I'm just cutting off of my headphones. So keep doing that.
Okay. Well, how about let's see. What do you want? Let's talk about this thing. It's kind of serious, so let's just go ahead and move to some serious stuff. I don't really feel like talking about it too much, but everybody knows there was the big, and President Obama gave his big speech, and I had to admit I didn't listen to the whole thing. Listened to some of it, didn't listen to all of it. But basically came down to him being Obama, his typical self. And between him and, let's see, Amanda Marcotte, she's been running around whining about GOP, how they're behaving. She had a tweet that said, Republicans react like silly children to the San Bernardino shooting and showing Democrats are the only adults that are left, which cracked me up because we all know that Democrats act like little children all of the time. And Obama basically was whining. He did, basically he just said, let's do more gun control. That's his whole thing. And that's what they all say. They're all about gun control. And their biggest thing I've noticed during this one is they want to stop guns for people who are on the no-fly list. No-fly list, that kind of thing. Okay? I'm not cool with this. I'm not okay with this.
Hey guys, did I fix it? Can you hear her better now? It looks like it fixed it. It's like you're yelling in my ear now. Okay, Slick says yes, so carry on. The show can go on.
Okay, great. We're talking about Democrats being upset about the no-fly zone list and saying that we need to make more gun laws and stuff about people being on the no-fly zone list, which I'm okay with background checks. You know, you can make any kind of common sense type of background check laws, whatever. I am not okay with an American citizen being put on a list because the government has already proven that they do not care about messing with lists. I mean, IRS, all of this. I don't trust the government or snot to just all of a sudden take away somebody's Second Amendment rights just because they're on a list. Because the government can put anybody on a list. So I'm not okay
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
like they talk about the mental health thing, and it's, but the problem is they're the ones who deem who would be mentally fit. So, oh well, once they
Yes,
can convince somebody that being a conservative is a mental condition, you're screwed.
right. And so
Tinfoil.
that or like just being on the no fly zone list or whatever, people can get put on that list. I mean, there's lots of people who have been put on that list and couldn't go somewhere. I think it was Rich Lowry, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but there's been like a fairly famous reporter that got put on the list and he couldn't go somewhere. And I mean, they could decide to put anybody on that list. And I think if you're an American citizen, there has to be due process. You have to have due process before you can not have a, a your Second Amendment rights, any right. I mean, because if you don't protect all of the rights, if you don't protect Second Amendment, if you don't protect every right, then eventually you put all of the rights in jeopardy. Your right to speech, your right to talk about them messing with your Second Amendment rights would be in danger. I mean, your right to vote, all of those things would be in danger just due to somebody's decision of putting you on whatever list they want to put you on. I'm not cool with
Yeah,
it. I think that they're walking down a
I'm
very
still I'm
dangerous
still
path. I don't
basking
think
in
they
the
care.
glow that I'm still basking in the glow that I solved the problem. I'm sorry. That's all I care about.
Well, I usually don't go on a big rant and that kind of thing, but it really does bother me the whole rights and all of that just based on okay, some people decided to shoot up people and I think that one of them was an American citizen. I don't know, but whichever way it happened, I think that it shows that gun laws in general, I'm not against having laws against things that are bad, whether they work or don't work. You know, like we can have laws against murder. It's not going to prevent all murders. We can have laws against things that are inherently bad, whether they work or not, and that is fine. But just having more and more gun laws to me is ridiculous. And the fact that Democrats support it is even more ridiculous, especially when I've seen a ton of black Democrats supporting it. To me, um, really upsets me because the NRA, everything like gun control laws, NRA was created to help freed slaves in general get guns. They were it was created to protect freed slaves so that they could have all of their rights and things like that. And so when I see especially black Democrats railing against gun guns and wanting more gun control, it drives me insane because gun control has its roots in racism from the get-go and it's all with Democrats. I don't care about why Democrats doing it because we know that they have all their roots in racism anyway, but it's bothering me severely. I'm sorry. This is like the biggest, longest rant I've gone on in a really long time. So I'm sorry. We
Yeah,
can go to a
yeah.
break and we can come back and
Nobody can deal with all that. So
we can go to a break. Well, let's say this. Let
look,
me say this real quick before we go to break. If you want to know more about the gun rights and NRA, there is a great website. It's called urbancure.org. It is a cure. They are conservatives. They're the Center for Urban Renewal and Education. It's Star Parker. She's really great. She has a lot of information, but it's like black
whoa,
conservatives and
whoa,
they have all
code
kinds of information
words,
there. She
code
is
words.
really
You're
cool.
not allowed. You're not
She's
allowed to say
awesome.
urban. You're not allowed to say urban.
Well, that's the name of their thing. But anyway, you guys should take a look at it. It has a lot of information. And they have one video of just them just railing on like where gun control has its roots and that kind of thing. It's really good information. Anybody wants to catch it, it's there.
You know,
All right.
I'm all for you know. Let me. You got the rant. You didn't even give me a chance to say anything back. You think I'm just here to be pretty? No, this is radio. being pretty only gets me so far. Um, See, I already forgot what I was going to say. I get too great of intros, and then I forget. Um, I'm for, and most gun sales have background checks. I'm not against background checks. I don't think it's a bad thing to have them. It's not like I'm going to say outlaw background checks. But I would like to see somebody tell me what law would prevent this. What law would prevent a Charleston? What law would prevent Colorado? It's just too many people talking with their feelings, and they all want to get what law?
The law that they're talking about, like Obama was talking about, and most of the Democrats on Twitter that I've seen, they're saying that if you're on the no-fly zone list, you should not be able to have a gun. Well, even if that had been in place, neither one of the two shooters were on the no-fly zone list. It wouldn't have prevented them from killing 14 people. It wouldn't have prevented any of it.
So if you get a little rowdy after drinking a little teeny airplane beverages and eating peanuts, you're not allowed to have a gun?
That would be correct. Or how about, what if, well, that's what they're saying. I mean, that's what they want to do. But what about whoever that was that, like, made that plane turn around because they pooped and it stunk so bad? The plane person. They would probably get put on that list, I would think. They should not be allowed to fly. That is for sure. They really shouldn't. But that's what, I don't know why that came into my head, but that just shows what kind of horrible person I am. I can't even rant a good serious rant without bringing up the poop plane. I'm so sorry. Let's take a break. You ready to go to break? Are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm muted.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
we're going to break.
Okay.
Whether you're an employee or business owner, when it comes to the correct course of legal action, it's the first step that is important. And make that first step with attorney Ted Hong. You need someone you can trust and has the experience you need when it comes to workplace and employment law. If you've lost your employment due to discrimination, false accusations, or being denied benefits, you need Ted Hong. Or if you're an employer who wants to ensure compliance with workplace regulations and labor contracts, you need Ted Hong. Ted and his team also cover family and property law and estate litigation as well. Ted has over 30 years of experience, and him and his amazing legal team will provide you cost-effective legal consultation and make the experience all about you and your needs. For more information or to set up a consultation, contact the law office of Ted Hong at 808-933-1919 or visit tedhonglaw.com. Ted Hong, an experienced and principled attorney you can trust. 808-933-1919 or tedhonglaw.com. Their show is just like Red Eye. If Red Eye made absolutely no sense whatsoever. Serious? No.
I'm now self-conscious about my breathing.
You're breathing?
Yes. Slick called me out for my breathing. Because every time I listen to the podcast, I always hear myself breathing. I'm like, and now Slick said something. He says I need to get breathe right strips. Because I'm always breathing into the mic. And today I have been fighting a stuffy nose like the last 2 days. But
I've been sick too, so. But I'm always sick, so that's anything new. Okay, let's talk about this one because it's kind of funny, but you had to talk about it because I can't talk about it. Like, it's that story where Fox News is suspending 2 people.
Okay, you tell the story and I'll just fill in the words.
Okay. Two Fox News commentators are suspended. They're suspended on, let's see, I guess it was today, for using profanities while they criticized President Obama. Ralph Peters called the president, what?
A jerkwad.
No. You have to say it because I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right, so what did he say again?
Ralph Peters called the president
A Muslim.
something.
A Muslim.
No. Who doesn't want to hurt our enemies. I'm just gonna bypass you if you don't say it for me. I'm just gonna bypass you. It's just like not even I'm gonna close the story, we're not even gonna talk about it. We're gonna move to the Gollum story. And you don't know anything about Gollum.
He called him a total pussy.
That is correct. And then a couple hours later, Stacey Dash said the president didn't give a crap, but she didn't say crap, about Sunday night's terrorism speech. So
You didn't give me a chance to fill in the word. Ugh.
well, okay, she didn't.
She said she didn't give a monkey's uncle.
No, that's not correct.
A flying dog turd.
That's kind of correct, but
Oh.
without the flying and
Without
the
the
dog.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's sort of correct.
okay.
Anyway,
Stacey Dash said the word shit. Okay. We can move
yes, which apparently they shouldn't. But I don't really, why are they that? They really shouldn't be that upset about it. They said you can't use language like that. Basically, they said, it wasn't. She was partially bleeped, I think. Yeah, she was on Outnumbered, and hers was partially bleeped. But Peter's comments weren't bleeped at all. And then that guy got upset. They were like, you can't use language like that on the program. But to me, I don't know. I don't really think it was that much of a big deal.
You can
Stacey
say
Dash tweeted.
yeah, you can say those words on cable. You can actually technically say anything. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, because like even on the radio, I don't think you can't say shit, but you can say pussy as long as you're not referring to body parts. You can call people pussies. They do it all the time. It's okay.
Stacey Dash tweeted out. She said consequences. Some of us have to pay them, and she's like, whatever, gladly. She's like, whatever, I'll pay the consequences. She wasn't too upset about it. I think they're just suspended for like a short period of time or something. I don't know how long they're suspended. It doesn't give me any of that information. But she is on Outnumbered on a regular basis, and I like her on that show. Outnumbered is kind of like, it's kind of like The View, but they usually have like one dude. It's like 4 girls and a dude, and she's on there a lot. And it's a fairly interesting show. I don't watch it all the time, but I watch it sometimes. And I don't know. Do you think they should have been suspended?
I side with the network on this because it is a family. They want to have something that you can have on with your family sitting there. I mean, I get it. This is great because it's not the FCC telling them what they can or can't say. It's the network. The network employs them. The network can do what they want. So I support the network for that reason. Now, if the FCC came down on them because it was Fox News and because they said that you can't say that on cable, which you can, because to AG's point, they say shit on Comedy Central all the time. You can technically say whatever you want on cable. So it's family enough. Some kids like watching the stocks. I'm just saying. I've tried to get my kid into it, but he's not into that. So.
Well, I mean, I agree to a point. I mean, it's definitely their right. I'm not upset with them for it or whatever, but I don't think it was that big a deal. I hope they're not suspended for like long periods of time or anything. If they're suspended for a long period of time, I'd be upset. But a couple shows, whatever, for a little bit, I don't care. I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah, I don't really care. I don't ever watch Fox, so I'm more of a Al Jazeera kind of person,
You don't watch anything. You don't watch anything. You don't watch anything.
I watch
ever.
South Park. I do watch South Park.
I do watch South Park, but I'm never up to date with it, and it really upsets me because I'll see like all the stuff on Twitter, like, "Oh, South Park was awesome. They did this," and I'm like, I haven't watched it yet because I'm always behind on it. I'm always like 4 weeks or so behind on stupid South Park.
Well, the season finale's this week, so you won't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, I'll be able to get caught up with it. But, anyway, it's your turn for a story.
I don't even know what American Graffiti is. Slick, since you're asking.
What is has Paul seen? You don't know what American Graffiti is?
Does it have
You've
to do
never
with
seen the
huffing
movie?
spray paint?
No, it's a movie. It's a movie that led to the series Happy Days. Do you know what Happy Days is?
I
With
do know.
Fonzie and
I
Richard
do
Kind.
know what Happy Days is. But who doesn't know what Happy
Okay.
Days is?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you did not. But anyway, it's a movie, and it's like the predecessor. It's the idea from where that came from and why that series came about. It's a good movie. I have to say, I like the series Happy Days better than that movie, but it's an old movie. It's okay.
I don't really have
I'm
any
not
period
surprised you haven't
stories in
seen
the
it.
category. You don't leave me many
I
options.
didn't
here.
find any period stories.
Don't.
I
I'll just
mean,
I'll just
we
make
have
one
had
up.
some of them. You're gonna make up a period story?
No, it's a lot of pressure.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, because it probably actually can't come true, or it's probably already happened, and somebody will say that I stole somebody's story. Um, this one's interesting. I'm gonna go with this one. I know this is probably one of your prize stories, and I'm apologizing, but whatever. This is the story list is commune, right? So, in Florida, is this the right story? Yeah. In Florida, a man was arrested for creeping around neighbors' homes, peeping in their windows, and pooping in their yard. This apparently has been going on for well over a year. So this guy's been at large for a while. So I guess this guy, and this is, I don't exactly know because it doesn't say the city, but it does say Interstate 75 and US 27. So that leads me to believe it's in that lower southwest quadrant of Florida where all this crazy crap happens. Every once in a while you get something above that, but this is down in that between Tampa and Naples. And I know that we have a couple listeners, considering we only have like 5 listeners. That's a pretty good portion. I'd say about 40% of our audience lives there. So you guys live in a cesspool and you should leave.
I like that. I like that that's what you took out of there, was that people that you live in a cesspool. Like literally, you live in a cesspool. This dude is pooping and leaving it there.
Here, actually, I didn't read the whole story. Okay, but no surprise here, right? So this guy's been doing this for a while. In 2009, the peeper was accused of removing a window screen from a home, and caught by deputies. He admitted to looking through the windows. In October of 2013, this guy hid under patio furniture for about half an hour while a woman sat on the couch, because that's hot apparently. I don't know. He slid out behind.
What?
He slid out from beneath the furniture after a dog alerted its owners, and he claimed he was playing hide and go seek. I don't know if they found the person he was playing hide and go seek with.
Ooh.
But what do you mean, ooh? I think he was actually trying to say he was playing hide and go seek in a non-perverted way. But
It's that whole story's just gross, though. I mean, that's ew. That's gross. I don't like it.
this was your story?
It's not as well. Well, yeah.
Hey.
I think almost all the stories are ones that I found this week, because you didn't send me a single story this week. You didn't send me a
That's a
single
lie.
one.
That's a lie. The story I sent you didn't put on the list, and I still have queued up, but I'm saving it for later.
What is the story?
Oh, you just want me to just throw it out there now? You ready?
Yes, because I don't know what it is. Yes.
Oh crap! I closed it apparently. Where did it go? I know I had it. Hold on. Give me a second. Stall them.
All right. While you're looking for it, we'll talk. What?
Kill some time.
What?
Kill some time.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about this. It's the hipster Santa. Okay, and this is also, what is the deal with Oregon? This is also in Portland, Oregon, where they have the gluten-free meth. This must be like
it's
some kind of crazy place.
It's non-gluten-free meth.
Right, it's gluten-filled meth. I'm sorry, it's gluten-filled meth. But anyway, this Santa Claus, they have a Santa Claus at Portland, Oregon, and he does not wear like the regular red like Santa suit stuff. He has on like this little hipster beige sweater and some black pants, and he has a beard, but he has some hipster glasses. And here's the kicker: he has a man bun. He has a man bun. Is AG in here? AG Texas, are you in here?
He's in there.
Man
He was
bun.
in there.
AG has sent me a story before about the man buns, and we laugh about it and we make fun about it. But here is this: it's a hipster Santa Claus. What is the deal? Like, to me, I just think Santa Claus should look like Santa Claus. Why are we trying to hipster Santa in Oregon? What's the deal? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of hipster Santa.
It's the patriarchy.
I'm just not.
It's the patriarchy saying they can't have different kinds of Santas. The hipsters need a Santa too. He brings things in a burlap, or I'm sorry, not a burlap sack. A hemp sack. Hemp.
He would have a hemp sack. Let's see. He appeared at the Pioneer Place shopping mall in Portland, and they're calling him Hipster Santa. That's what they're calling him. But he has a man bun, and he does look like Hipster Santa. But I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I want regular Santa.
Does he at least have white hair?
Yes, it's it's grayish color hair, but he has like this little. He has a mustache and a beard, and his hair's in the man bun, and he's wearing a little brown sweater and black pants, and he has little hipster black rim glasses.
So it's a hipster beard. It's not like a Santa beard.
Yes, right? It's hipster. It's, I don't know. It kind of looks like a Santa beard a little bit, but it's a way too manicured for Santa. But it's a little bit longer than like the standard hipster.
Oh, okay. All right. So you ready? I found the story.
I don't like it. I want regular Santa.
I found the story. This show feels pretty crappy so far, so hopefully this will pull it out of the toilet. You ready?
Sure.
Okay. I was kind of...
You thought the hipster Santa was crappy?
No, the hipster Santa wasn't crappy. I just feel whenever I'm more concerned with sliding bars and stuff and not paying attention to our show, I feel like the show sucks.
So like every show you feel like that.
Yeah. But there's something I know that I don't there is something in life I do know that I don't suck at. So, you ready? This is a good tie-in.
Sure.
It's one time I'm not being self-deprecating. All right. So, but this is my public service announcement portion of the show, because I know that I think a large portion of our male listeners, probably 50%, because that's the general population. So this is my public service announcement to men, because men oftentimes think that it's just enough to want to give their woman pleasure. But there are 3 ways that if you want to give your woman pleasure, you can still be a sexist.
Oh, that's right. You did send me that story. How come that didn't make it on the list?
I don't know. You're the one in charge of the list. Don't tell me about that.
I'm so sorry. You did. You really did send me that story. I'm so horrible for not putting that on the list.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, except okay. I didn't really read through it since Friday or not whatever. I think I sent you Tuesday, like the day after the last show. So I don't really remember what the. But it's just the article kind of goes into. It's a heterocentric culture, roots in toxic masculinity. I mean, did you actually read through this whole article? I mean,
no, I didn't. I didn't read it at all.
Oh,
I just read like the first. I've read the first, like the headlines about what they thought was so horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And sexist.
Yes, it's totally sexist because one, if the man is the focus is on his achievement of giving the woman pleasure, that's sexist. The guy can't take any pride in that he allowed that to happen. So he has to just want to be. He just has to want to do it for her, and he can't actually be proud of it. So does that make sense? I mean,
that is correct. Well, I mean, I don't think that is right, but that's how the article says. Yes.
Okay, so he's still primarily focused on his own enjoyment. Way number 2. I don't know what that really has to do with anything.
Well, shouldn't it be mutually enjoyable?
That the
I
article
mean,
says that. So are you a feminist? You're agreeing with the feminists.
well, I think they should both enjoy it. I mean, he should enjoy it too. He shouldn't just be like, "Oh, I'm having sex, but I don't really want. I only want her to enjoy it. I want it to be a horrible experience for me." I mean, who wants that? Nobody wants that.
Okay. All right. So way number 3. He's looking for a gold star.
What is that? I don't even know what that means. Like he just wants her to be like happy and say, "Yay, you did good." Well, doesn't
So
everybody want that?
here's their example, and I'm just going to quote the article. So don't blame me. When I told a friend I was writing this article, she mentioned how some men will brag about how much they love performing cunnilingus, and I laughed because I knew just what she was talking about. So apparently, their problem is the fact that men say that and saying that doesn't that and the subtext is doesn't that make me awesome is a problem.
Hmm. I don't I don't know what to say to this story. It's very weird and it's making me feel awkward.
Well, you've done well up into
And
this point. You asked. I mean,
maybe that's why I didn't put it on the list. Maybe like I read through some of it and I thought, you know what? If we do this story, then Clay is going to read like some really awkward stuff and he's going to make me feel very awkward and I'm going to be like, this is gonna make me feel awkward. Maybe I shouldn't put it on. Maybe it was a subconsciously. I was like, I don't want to talk about gold stars for sex. Let's just not have this story. I think that's what happened. I think
yeah.
that's what happened for me.
Well, maybe you were afraid I was going to use this article to brag and look for my gold star, but hey.
I think that's. I think that's exactly what happened. That's
because
exactly what
because
happened.
toxic masculinity is totally me.
Yes. Yes. In all ways. You think you get up in the mornings and you go, I'm going to wear, what am I going to wear? I'm going to wear purple. It's very masculine. It makes me toxic masculine, like just killer. Is that what you think when you get up?
Yes. Yes.
I'm happy about that one. Now I have to erase the man buns because we did talk about hipster Santa, but I did have a story on here from forever ago from AG about man buns, and apparently you can buy them now. Like if you know how girls have those buns that you can like attach to your head if your hair isn't really quite long enough to have one. Well, they have them for men now, and they'll clip in. Are you excited about that? Are you happy to know that?
I can get it. I don't even know what a man bun is. What
It's a bun, and the man has hair and he puts it in a bun. What do you mean you don't know what it is? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a man bun.
men do that?
Boys
I,
buns. Yeah, hipsters do.
I guess my hair's never been long enough to do that. So I don't know.
You're lying.
I don't.
You just don't admit.
Okay, so I think what you'll find, unless there is something completely off about another guy, a guy's not going to notice. Like the fact that a guy's going to notice a man bun and comment on it makes him not a guy.
What?
What? What?
What did you just say? If you comment on it, then you're not a guy. But if you don't, you wouldn't notice it. If you're a regular guy, you wouldn't even notice that the person has a bun.
Right.
Yes, you would. You would notice. You would notice daggone hipster Santa sitting in a chair with a man bun. You would too.
Well, I would notice hipster Santa for something else other than a hair bun, and that would be the last thing I would comment on. I would comment on his gay sweater, or his.
Oh,
Sorry, the gay's the wrong
come
word.
on.
His metrosexual sweater.
You would. I'm telling you right now. If you did not notice some dude had a bun in his hair,
I can
whether
say
it's
I
hipster
have.
Santa,
I work in a college town, and I can tell you I've never noticed a man bun, or I've never noticed it enough to take notice. if that makes any sense.
If you don't, that just means you're unobservant. It doesn't mean you're just some kind of macho guy with toxic masculinity. You're just unobservant. It, it doesn't mean
I'm a self-absorbed,
else.
toxically masculine man who refuses to break his heteronormativity and comment on another man's hair. See, I'm learning the lingo. Right?
I didn't even understand that. Yeah, you did good because I didn't even understand the question. Like, I mean, the answer. I mean, I didn't even understand what you said. So you did good because you used long words that made no sense.
That's the sign of a bad radio show.
Pretend, like, for a second that the show was good. Okay? Let's just pretend it for a second. All right, let's talk about this because I thought it was interesting. This happened in Turkey. Okay? Apparently, in Turkey, it's a big deal. They're overseeing a case of a doctor accused of insulting the president. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. It's President blah, 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 Erdogan or something like that. And they ruled they have to assess whether the fictional character Gollum in Lord of the Rings is good or if he's bad. Apparently, what happened was that the doctor insulted the state official by putting the pictures of Gollum and a picture of the president side by side on social media, basically saying that they were kind of the same. And so now it's at court, and they have to see. It's still at court because they have to examine whether Gollum is good or bad. And that's how the case is going to be decided. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Have you read Lord of the Rings?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, but you have at least seen it, right? And you know who Gollum is.
I know who Gollum is. My precious. My precious.
Okay, yes. So, how do you think that's going to turn out? Is Gollum good or evil? I think personally, from reading the books and everything else, Gollum is very typical, just human. He has some good and some evil, and he has a whole bunch of evil sometimes. But what in the world? What do you think?
How is
Gollum
good or evil? How is Gollum good? I don't see that.
Well, he does try to help on several occasions. I mean, ultimately, it seems like his goal is to get the ring back, but he helps Frodo on several occasions. He only went after Frodo and Sam because of the ring, and he did betray them in the end. But along the way, there were a few times where he was trying to help.
So I mean, they're arguing if Gollum is good or bad. They're not arguing if Gollum is ugly or not ugly. Because I would think that he's commenting more on the guy's looks, right?
Yeah, no, it's not whether he is. It's not whether he is ugly or bad or nice looking. It is he good or bad? Is he a good character or a bad character?
Well, he's a good character. I don't know if he's good. I don't think he's good.
Yeah, I totally agree that he's a good character. He's a great character. Now, whether he is actually good or bad, I think he started out as a human who had to have some sort of good in him, right?
Because if you were comparing somebody to something of of similar attributes, and you were wanting to say that somebody was good, like if you were wanting to compliment them, you'd use Dobby the house elf.
Well, oh my goodness, you used a Harry Potter reference. I'm so proud of you.
See, look, I salvaged the terrible show. Look at me.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, yay. And you're correct. Yes. Dobby was a fantastic person. Well, I can't call him a person. But Dobby was very good. There's no question whether he was good or bad.
Right. So you would use, what you would use. I might have just doomed a man to death in Turkey. If somebody listens to this show, this dude is so effed. Like, totally.
Okay, well, they're in Turkey, so I don't think there's a chance of that.
We've got a huge following. It's huge. People in Turkey love us. They love us.
All 12, all
Such big
12 of
things
the
going
people
on in
that like us
Turkey.
are in here right now.
Such the Turkidians love us.
Well, I think that all 12 of the people who actually listen and like the show are in here right now, and none of them are from Turkey.
And
So I
after
don't
today,
think
they
that
no
we have
longer like the show.
this.
Just
Well,
saying.
that is true.
Yes.
That is true. But I have to say, since you didn't know American Graffiti, I am very proud that you were able to bring a Harry Potter reference into the show. I'm very proud of you for that.
You realize how old I was when American Graffiti probably came out?
I have no idea what to.
I don't think I was a glimmer in the eyes of whatever.
I'm gonna look it up and see when it came out. When did American Graffiti came out?
I'm gonna guess 1972.
If that's the case, even I wasn't born yet.
Okay, well then let's go with
Let's
76.
see. It
76.
came out in 1973.
Oh dang, I was so close. And that was a guess.
1973. So yeah, you still had what, like 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years.
Yes.
Wow. Oh well. Whatever. Anyway, do you have any more stories?
I don't. I don't have any stories at all.
We had to take one more break, don't we?
Yes, we do. Because
All right, let's
we
take a
got to
break and
rickroll. We got to rickroll people.
Okay, one more break.
Okay.
The name is Dolphin. Spy Dolphin.
Are you conservative in a world of liberal?
Yep.
Well, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'll break down the events of the week, and together we'll learn about how they affect you. So, sit back and get ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly of talk radio right here on K98 Talk.
I'm so bad I can't even play the promos in the right order tonight. Good God.
You're not doing well tonight.
I'm not. I didn't realize how tired I was. I think it's just the stress of sucking more than usual has made me tired. So, but,
You know what? The good thing about our show is that we suck on such a regular basis that like nobody's really gonna know.
yeah. And see, I'm letting the sounds play through us talking and everything.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I didn't. I was trying to find the story list because if nothing else, I can say that we could successfully get some more stories off the list. Because I think, like you said, I literally sent one story this week. I've been very busy.
Well, that's okay. You can be busy. We can talk about this one. This is kind of interesting since it's Christmas. There was an intruder in California.
Bernie Sanders?
Apparently,
Is it the Bernie Sanders story?
No, it was not Bernie Sanders. But apparently, in California, is a burglar attempted to enter a California home through a chimney. I guess he was trying to be like the anti-Santa Claus, the Krampus or whatever. Have you seen the previews for the Krampus movie? Apparently, that's like the evil Santa Claus. But anyway, California, this dude climbed into a chimney, but he died because the homeowner lit fire and didn't know anybody was inside of it.
Wow.
I don't know. It's kind of bad, but at the same time, you know,
It's a rough way
what
to die.
can you do about it? I mean, that is rough. It's rough, especially if it was just for like, you know, you're trying to burglar somebody. That's, you know, I'm not saying that's a good thing to do, but it's not like he was coming in to like commit mass murder or anything.
Can you burglar I don't think you can burglar somebody. You can burglarize. Burglar.
I like that. I'm going to start saying it from now on now. I didn't even mean to say it, but from now on, that's how it is. It's burglar. We're going to
You're going to burglar somebody.
Maybe that's like worse than regular burglarizing because I mean the dude caught on fire. That's pretty bad. But all right, seriously, why are you gonna like be in the chimney? Here's the bad part though. They lit the fire. They heard the man yelling inside the chimney. Like it started filling up with smoke and everything. They tried to extinguish the flames, but they, you know, was it very much they could do? The dude died before anybody could get him out, which is
Well,
awful. I mean, it's horrible. But I
yeah,
don't know. Just
I don't.
I guess don't try to burglar people, right?
Yeah, totally. That's the moral of the story. If you're gonna attempt to do something, make sure it's at least a word, and then do it.
Don't burglar people.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, what else do you want to talk about?
Uh, I don't know. I got nothing. I need to find. I got to add some more stories to the list because the one story I added this week I thought was gold and I totally botched it. Um,
Is
I
that
don't know.
what story is that? The let's talk about men being sexist because they want to be good
Please, they're women.
to their
Yes.
women.
Yes, I did tell my wife that story before the show. She's like, "What are you going to talk about?" And I told her, and she's like, because I guess she's not very political, and I think she was kind of like, before I started telling her what kind of stuff I do online, she was kind of like, "Oh, feminists are okay," and then I told her about what feminists really do, and now she hates feminists too. So, because I think
Oh
that's
yes.
I think that's the problem with people just have a general conception of feminists. You're like, oh yeah, feminists are good. Feminists do this, feminists do that. Until you actually look at what the feminists, everyday feminism, we, like, I kind of agree with you. I think has to be a freaking parody of some sort. It started
I
off as a
haven't found
joke.
anything.
It had to have started off as a joke. Had to have.
I
But
don't know. I think that some of those people are actually serious. Actually here's one of our stories we can in Sweden in the past I guess it was like this week or something. Every teenager in Sweden is supposed to be given some stupid book called A Teaspoon of Feminism. Every teenager is being forced to get this book. I mean, I don't guess they have to read it, but they are being forced to get it. And
well, in
apparently
fairness,
there's
it's very cold in Sweden, and they need extra things to start the fires in the house. So
well, there's a few boys that are talking about it, and there's an article in the Telegraph about like these people being forced to get this book, and basically this one guy, let's see what his name is, Glenn Poole. He wrote in the Telegraph, and basically he says he doesn't care if people get the book, but it's kind of stupid because he is gonna come out. He's starting to say like everybody doesn't have to be a feminist, and people should be you should be able to decide what you think, and you don't have to define masculinity in such a narrow way. It's like you can decide to think for whatever you want. You can think whatever you want, and feminism is kind of like controlling what men and boys think all the time, and he's saying individual thought is a good thing. So anyway, end of the show. Follow me on Twitter at _Angie, at Pointless Poll, and subscribe to me on Facebook. You can find me